Hello everyone, I'm Penny. Thanks for watching my channel. It is fall here in Texas and it's finally starting to feel like it, and it's mid-October, and that's pretty typical. But what's really cool about fall down here is that it's kind of like a second spring. I'm noticing a lot of plants that I normally don't see except in early spring. But they have a completely different growing pattern at this time of year. They seem to know that they are desperate for time before the next freeze, and they grow up very quickly and seed as fast as possible. And sometimes they're little tiny dwarf versions of themselves, and sometimes they manage to grow to full size in a very short period of time. But I'm going to show you one plant that I've been watching on the side of the road that's probably very familiar to a lot of you. It typically grows on the side of the road because it has very small seeds that get spread by cars. But it is also edible, and I've been watching it just grow horrifically rapidly, desperately trying to make seeds before it freezes. So I'm going to show you that here in a minute. Alright, so this is actually an invasive species, and it is a kind of mustard. As you can see, it's got 4 petals. There you go, that's a good shot. One thing about mustards, I've noticed they have 2 petals on one side that are close together, two on both sides, and then there's like a split in the middle. See that? It's very mustard characteristic. And these leaves, you'll notice they've kind of got a fat end, and then they've got these 2 sort of leaflets that go out on either side, and that's a good sign you're dealing with mustard. And this entire plant is edible, so you can use the leaves as mustard greens. You can, before these sprout, you can use these kind of like broccoli. Personally, I find this plant too spicy for myself. Things in the mustard family that are spicy, they kind of have a horseradish sort of spicy, and that gives me heartburn. So, but I know a lot of my family really like horseradish and that hotness. So, this is a good option for them. So, you know, this invasive species of mustard, it grows just a round seed pod, like a circle. There's a local kind of mustard that grows a much longer pod that looks more like a bean pod, but you'll notice the flowers look virtually identical. Sometimes there's, actually I think that species has longer flower petals, just a little. Anyway, this is actually growing all over the place. So there's one over here. This one's much leafier. So if you're looking for mustard greens, this is a good candidate. I personally don't like eating things this close to the road. See? And unfortunately that's where mustard tends to grow. But not always. You can find this stuff out in the country. So anyway, it's a fun plant to know about, especially if you like spicy greens. And considering how many wild greens are typically bitter or sour, it's a really nice kind of change of flavor for a forager. So, yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. And the sunset. Alright, this is Bunny, signing out.